what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to another online battle on Call of Warhammer. I am joined by Indie Pride.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
And we got a pretty epic 2v2 for you today.
Yes, we do. So I'm going to be playing as the League of Ostermark, and Jackiefishhh is going to be playing as the Dwarfs, and we will be fighting against a very strange, ahistorical, or non-lore-friendly matchup. It's going to be the Grand Principality of Ostland, the Empire, and the Greenskins on the other side of the field.
Yeah, they kind of fell into heresy, as it were, but not the Chaos heresy.
The Greenskin heresy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, whoa, a lot.
Oh, nice. So cool, do you want to go through army setups and then we'll get the battle underway? Cool, so I'll run through my army real quickly. For my kind of range component, I brought 2 units of these rangers. They're pretty naughty in melee, so definitely have them. My main line consists of these longbeards. I think I've got 5 units of them. A really sturdy infantry unit. Then I also got 2 units of these dwarven warriors just to help me put down stakes, because obviously I don't have cavalry, so having stakes on the field kind of helped me in my new box. On top of that, I also have some units of Prince Ulfur's Dragons Company defending my back. They look really epic. Then I have a unit of mortars. I think no, actually 2 units of mortars, a Anvil of Doom with this epic dwarf holding it up, and 2 units of these Iron Breakers. So a pretty standard dwarven army, I'd say. A pretty naughty one, heavily armored.
Yeah, and you got that shield wall up front with the Longbeards. They're going to be able to take out engagements for a long time. So I'm playing as the League of Ostermark, one of the poorer Empire provinces, but I do have kind of an expensive army because we're playing on 50,000 funds. And there are 2 kinds of battles you can do in Warhammer, Call of Warhammer. You can do one where it's more tactical and you kind of reduce the funds a lot, or you can go for the balls out Warhammer style of gameplay, and that's what we're going for this game. So I've got a lot of crazy units, Blackguard of More, Reiksguard Knights in the back, some more Knights of More, lots of great swords, very cool 2-handed weapons. The unique unit for the League of Ostermark, the Death's Heads, they're a really good halberd unit. Yeah, they look sweet. They worship the god of death more. And then I have some bright wizards on the field as well, and they are going to make a huge impact on this battle.
The MVPs.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. The handgunners up front, and some bandoleros gringos, and the steam tank as well. And then going over my opponents, I'll just go over their army setups real quick. They've got a bunch of dismounted Reiksguard, some Ostland Blackguard, which look awesome. They're great swords, but unique to the province of Ostland. Reiksguard Knights, more great swords. They have, I believe, a War Altar of Sigmar, defended by some very heavily armored halberdiers. And then on the greenskin side, some Black Orc Destroyers, lots of Black Orcs on the field, bunch of Orc Big Guns, 2 hit point units that are going to be able to tank out a lot of damage in melee, some Orc Boys, and some Savage Orc Boy Archers, and, of course, I cannot forget about the Giants, which we will be seeing in Total War Warhammer. Look very similar, actually, in those big jiggly bellies on there.
Yeah, for sure. They did a really good job at texturing them and actually making them. They
yeah,
look
they
epic.
look beautiful. So, do you want to get into the replay now?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's do 3, 2, 1, press play, and get into it.
Yeah, cool. So we kind of decided to go ahead and stay on top of this hill, because obviously I'm a very immobile dwarven player, so we couldn't really take the fight to them because we would have just got shot to pieces, we were thinking. So taking this hill was kind of #1 tactical decision. Sit back with the artillery, put down stakes, and hope that we can just survive the onslaught.
Yeah, we actually started out further up. I started right here, and I was like, that hill is really kind of unfair, so I backed up a little bit. There is still a hill advantage here. It was just the map, and again, this wasn't one of those games where we were like, this is going to be super tactical. Like, we literally just wanted to show off a bunch of the cool units and kill a bunch of stuff. It wasn't one of those ones where we're like, let's really out tactic and out micro these guys. Yeah. So we didn't know what the map was either. I'm still learning the maps on 1.6. So I would have, of course, rather picked a map where we didn't have a huge effing hill to camp, but they didn't seem to mind it. It's whatever. I'm moving down to a point where I'm not going to have a huge hill advantage, so I didn't feel too cheap about it. But it is going to come down to my Bright Wizard and Steam Tank just trying to take down as many of these guys as possible as they move up into melee. Ostland has way more melee units than I do. He has about the same amount of cab, but the Ostland Blackguard and these dismounted Reiksguard, which he has a bunch of, are going to wreck me in melee. So I'm going to have to use my mages and my Steam Tank to whittle those numbers down before he gets into melee.
Oh, Anvil of Doom, and it misses. Sad times. God. The Orc player is so far up compared to his ally.
Yeah, he started running right away. The Ostland player is just kind of walking right now, but Greenskins are going full rush, which is kind of what they're known for doing anyway.
Yeah, it's the Warg way, right?
Yeah, but he's getting eviscerated by your mortars right now. It's not actually, he hasn't taken a ridiculous amount of losses yet, but he soon will, because I'm going to move my Bright Wizards into a position where they can start shooting. You can see them moving up now, and they are just going to start unleashing fiery hell on this greenskin army as he kind of moves up. And he's a little bit blobby right now, not spread out too much.
I'm just forming shield wall now as well. Anvil Doom going out. I think he's going to get a big hit off on the... Oh, I missed again. Oh, the Bright Wizards. Oh my god. Oh my god, look
and now
at that.
Utter destruction for the greenskin army. Bright Wizards are an insane unit. This is their first fire mode. They have 2 different modes, but this one is great when your opponent is kind of blobbed up. And I'm just going to do so much damage as this greenskin army moves up now.
Jesus, look at that. The giants are running through my battle line as well onto my dragon slayers. Or my dragon company, sorry. Just flattening them, trying to get onto your Bright Wizards. By the looks of it.
Yeah, he saw the Bright Wizards shooting and he was like, I don't want to deal with that anymore, so he's going to run his giants straight at him and going to try to get into melee. But here's the thing. The giants need to actually use their attack animation on a unit to kill them, and he's not going... See, he kind of swung past the unit, so he didn't actually kill any Bright Wizards. He kind of ran through them and threw them up into the air, but that didn't do any damage. And so I'm going to just quickly overlap with my Reiksguard and with my Blackguard of Moor, and I'm going to just surround these giants and quickly cut them to pieces. You can see how bloody they are already. Yeah. They've already taken a bunch of damage.
Try and get them like bunkered down so they can't really just run around and cause a wreck.
Yeah, one of those giants is going to go down right there to my Blackguard of Moor. That was pretty sweet.
They're going down pretty quickly.
And I'm trying my best to just keep my Bright Wizards alive right now because that giant is hunting for them. He really wants to kill them.
I'm just getting some really nice cinematic shots down the line, holding back the Orc Horde.
Yeah, the greenskin army is deep into melee combat with the dwarf army. The shield wall should be able to hold very well against the greenskins. He hasn't really been able to flank too much. And then over on my side, my steam tank and my gun line is about to open up on his front line of, I guess, Firelocks of Verlingen. That's I guess that's an Ostermark unit, or an Ostland unit. Nice volley there from his musketeers, and my line's going to open up as well. Just going to trade a bit of a Napoleon-style gun line, and over on my left flank, his Reiksguard Knights are going to charge into my Blackguard of Moor, and lots of cav fighting over on this side as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. You're kneeling and firing. That's really cool. I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah, they'll do a line fire. If you get like 3 or 4 lines in there, like the first 2 lines will shoot, and then they'll drop down to their knee and let the other guy shoot behind them.
That's awesome. Getting some Graveguard and some Death Heads into the battle to help you in that cavalry fight. Sending his Reiksguard back to whence they came.
Yeah, his Reiksguard are going to rout, and now my Bright Wizards are going to open up on... I love that. It's so cinematic watching the Bright Wizards shoot. Like, he's just moving up his whole army, and on that volley, I didn't actually do that much damage, but I'm forcing him to move up, and as soon as his Empire Halberdiers and stuff move into range on my Bright Wizards, I'm just going to unleash hell on them and, like, do a crap load of damage.
Yeah, it's like you can either sit there and get shot to pieces by your Bright Wizards, or he has to come to you and get shot to pieces by your Bright Wizards, so really it's a nice win-win. So the Orc player does a good job at kind of outflanking me on the left-hand side. There with his Black Orcs, he kind of brought them in a bit delayed, so his Destroyers can really get to work whilst I've kind of already committed everything else. But in the centre, my Iron Breakers are doing what they do best and just slaughtering everything in their path.
Yeah, they're going to be able to hold that for forever. They aren't going anytime soon. They don't actually have shield wall like Longbeards do, which I think is a little bit weird, because it's kind of what Ironbreakers are known for. But, oh my god, look at this Musketeer line. They have just gotten eviscerated by the Bright Wizards and by my gun line. And now he's going to start moving up his War Altar of Sigmar to try to get into melee. And I believe
oh my god, burn it all.
Burning them. Yeah, so I actually didn't kill that many in War Altar of Sigmar, but that is what I'm shooting at if I can get that off.
Oh my god, that time you did kill quite a few. Your steam tank coming up as well.
Yeah. It's really hard to get the steam
my
tank
god,
to do what you want it to do. Like, it won't really run into melee super easily. Like, it's trying to run through the Reiksguard, but it's very hard to control. But my artillery, oh god, that one was the best shot I've had. That's half the unit of Halberdiers in the War Altar of Sigmar. But yeah, his army's moving up now. It's tied deep into combat with a bunch of my great swords. He should probably win this melee engagement, but I won the cav fight over on my side, and I still have the Bright Wizards alive, so I can do a ton of damage to his infantry line as he's moving up. And I have the hills, which means that my musketeers are going to have good line of sight to fire into his army as well.
Yeah, for sure. God, that Bright Wizard shot was just so brutal, killing like 50 dudes in one go. And the nice thing is, because this orc player didn't really outflank me, you could get your cavalry around the side like you're doing now and just smashing the orc player in the back with some really heavy cavalry.
Oh, that charge was beautiful. Yeah, so I flanked my Reiksguard Knights all the way around behind him. And yeah, he had nothing in reserve to tie them down. He had this one big gun unit, but it was too far away to kind of overlap and prevent that charge from my Reiksguard. So I'm going to route the majority of his line. You can see a bunch of Savage Orcs fighting to the death. And yeah, mass route here in the center for the Greenskins. Not what you want to have happen, but it is a problem with the Greenskins in this mod, and it's kind of lore friendly as well, that they will mass route if they feel like they're losing an engagement pretty badly. So the lower tier stuff, the orc big guns and the orc boys are not going to have a good time when they get rear charged by heavily armored knights.
Well, it looks like your Bright Wizards might be getting charged by some black orcs, which are broken off.
Yeah, so I'm going to quickly notice that. I think he might get the charge off, but I pulled him out soon. I might lose 1 or 2 here.
Oh, one just got sliced.
They do have, yeah, they do have, oh god. They do have multiple hit points though, so they don't die instantly.
Yeah, so they kind of.
They're not actually really that tanky of a unit. Like, it looks like they are, but the giant charge, like I said earlier, it didn't actually do any damage to them because they didn't get the attack animation off. They're just such a small unit. You want those giants to be able to hit like a big unit of like 120 men, because that's where their swing will actually connect, but they didn't connect on the Bright Wizards earlier. So I'm just going to pull out, and my Death's Heads are holding the line right now against his Halberdiers in this Empire Civil War. His steam tank is moving up now as well. He has one, that's actually mine. He has one in the back here, just shooting in to my army, which has done some damage. I don't know how many kills it's gotten so far, but my line has definitely gotten thinned out here, and I'm waiting to reposition my Bright Wizards to a place where they can shoot into the flank. They're actually going to start doing damage real soon here. I'm going to focus on them because they're going to switch to their alt fire, which looks really cool. So let's get ready for that.
Yeah, and now that I've kind of won up on this hill, thanks to your charge, we can kind of surround the rest of the orcs, and then I can kind of reform and help you out on your side. Because you're starting to bring your handgunners back towards me now that we know that we've kind of secured this hill. Now that you can kind of fall back to my position, and I can reform up and be your shield wall, as it were.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of infantry left still.
Whoa! I think you missed it, dude. One of his halberdiers, yeah, I'm using the alt fire on the Bright Wizards.
Yep, I'm watching.
And they're just going through the entire halberdiers.
Oh.
Like, his flank is turned, so the alt fire just goes through the entire line.
Damn, that was epic.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Like, Bright Wizards are super OP, they're super expensive, but this is why the 50,000 fun games are fun. It's that you just get to bring all the ridiculously OP Warhammer stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's more about just having a crazy mess of a battle than kind of balancing. And hey, they're not that hard to take out. I think we can testify from the battle maybe we just played.
Yeah, you guys will see that soon enough. Bright Wizards can definitely die, and they can die very easily. That's all I'll say for that.
So my dwarfs are starting to come over now to try and fight some of his halberdiers, which remain, and actually some of his blackguard as well, which are still alive.
Dude, get ready. The dismounted Reiksguard halberds. You see the 2 formations moving up into my Empire halberdiers. Yep, Bright Wizards getting into a position to flank.
Look at them.
This
That's
is gonna do
position.
so much damage. I'm make sure I catch this.
Yep, I'm just waiting. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What? It's so beautiful. You know, a bunch of them are gonna get up, but it's still got a crap ton of kills.
For sure. This is why, you know, if your opponent's bringing Bright Wizards, I guess you just need to have a lot of cavalry to kind of deal with them and stop them from getting into these flanking positions. Because if he won the cavalry fight, you know, he could be stopping your Bright Wizards from shooting, kind of scaring them off, keeping them away from the flanks. But unfortunately, because you managed to win both of them, like, you know, you won the cavalry engagement and you had Bright Wizards, you could pretty much really do what you wanted with them.
Yeah, that's basically Medieval 2 in a nutshell, and frankly Attila as well. If you've won the cav fight and have that cav superiority on the field, then they can't kill the really important units, and you can. Because as the battle progresses, you're going to lose your anti-cav people. You're going to lose your ability to like get into flanking positions and kill important units. So yeah, I mean, in Medieval 2, if you've lost your cav, you're probably in trouble, and especially in Warhammer, when you've got Bright Wizards and stuff capable of killing like entire armies, yeah, that's a problem.
Exactly.
Great charge from Blackguards of Moor. They have these sickles, kind of a Grim Reaper style sickle.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Not quite Grim Reaper, but they're like they look so cool. They're one of my favorite units in this mod. Just a very unique looking.
Are they specific to Ostermark?
You can bring them with any Empire faction, but they are an Ostermark unique unit. So if you're playing campaign, yeah, it's one of the unique units for them. So they're actually not quite as good as Knights Panther and some of the others because they don't have a lance on the charge, but
They look awesome.
they're still sweet looking, and they are still cav in Medieval 2, heavy cav, that it's going to do a lot of damage regardless.
You're getting some really, really good cycle charges now into the back of these right-clan halberdiers, because they're probably not going to rout until they get a lot less numbers. So you're going to have to keep on hitting these guys in the back.
Yeah, and his halberd wall is actually focusing on a different way. If I was him, at this point I'd have my halberds facing the back, so I couldn't just charge in with my cav, because with that halberd wall, if I try to charge that with even Blackguard or more, which are a very high tier cav unit, if I charge onto the middle pointy sticks, I'm going to take quite a bit of casualties.
And it's not like my Longbeards are going to be doing that much damage to them from behind, so he maybe could have done that for sure.
Yeah, so another cycle charge coming in. We're trying to tie down the enemy steam tank in the background there with some of the Death's Head's halberds, and some of your dwarf guys. Oh god, steam tank's gonna start running through our dwarfs, throw them up in the air. That's a little bit misleading. It's kind of like the alt fire for Bright Wizards. Yes, it'll toss a lot of guys up in the air, and yes, it will do a lot of damage, but it doesn't kill every single guy that it throws up into the air. So he's trying to run over them. He did some damage there, but most of the iron breakers are gonna get back up. And now our steam tanks are going to be a little glitchy and start trying to run into each other and kill each other.
Try and make a baby.
Yeah, they're very glitchy though in this mod. It's very hard to actually attack a steam tank. So yes, they do have amazing armor stats and they do have a bunch of HP, but it's really hard to attack them. Like units will frankly not attack them very often. So killing them is quite the challenge, and pretty soon here he's just going to concede because he knows that that's all they have left on the field. We've killed pretty much everything else.
If we look at the balance of powers, we've only lost 61% of our force, they've lost 93% of theirs. It's kind of just the steam tank and the rest of these right clan troops, which had just decided to go ahead and rout because he admitted defeat.
Gonna run them down, kill the rest of these Empire soldiers.
And there we go, clear victory.
End of the battle.
Ease game, ease life.
Easy, dude.
Oh, just looking down this battle line now, with dead trolls and the dead ogres. Or giants. So many dead orcs.
Lots of dead people. So looking at the kills, yeah, Hellstorm of the Dark Gods and Greenskins had some trouble. I just don't think that he brought quite the right army or tactics for that battle. He's won a couple of free-for-alls in the games we played, so a lot of these people are actually quite good at Medieval too. I would probably qualify Hellstorm as one of those, but this is one of those games where with the Bright Wizards shooting in and the Greenskins' morale problems, he just mass routed and really didn't get to do a lot of killing. Blue Spark over on their side, the Empire guy, he got 986 kills, broke 1,000 with the routing units. That's quite decent, but let's look at the actual Bright Wizard.
How many did they get?
If you had to guess, how many would you say Bright Wizards got?
300?
566.
Oh my god, wow. They definitely earned it for sure. They got in some really good positions, and their fire modes just wrecked anyone who was in their way.
So not balanced at all. They're balanced by their cost.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what happens when you're playing on 50,000 funds. You can afford steam tanks and Bright Wizards
and like
stuff.
they're not so OP that, you know, if he could maybe have got a unit of cavalry around or got a better charge on his giants or something, you know, taking them out. And if you take them out before they've really started shooting, the other players just wasted like 14,000 gold. So you know, there's definitely ways to kind of bait someone into taking one and then taking it out really early.
Yeah, one of the best ways to do it is just bring mortars, and with artillery you can easily snipe a Bright Wizard in like one mortar shot if it lands a good shot. And mortars are very accurate in this mod. We'll just take them off the field, and yeah, suddenly 15,000 funds has gone down the drain for them. So that is one way. There are a bunch of ways to counter them, but yes, their killing power in this mod is broken, but that's why we love it. That's why we love Warhammer. It won't be like that in Total War Warhammer, I assure you. But it is a lot of fun to watch. So yeah, Conqueror Steam Tank, 151 kills with the main cannon. Didn't do a lot of killing, running over people. And then the rest of my line just did okay. Nothing really else broke 100. Over on your side, what were the big killers?
My Mortar killed 227. My Anvil of Doom killed 191. But everyone else just pretty much just did standard. They just did their job. They got, you know, 100 kills here, you know, like 177. Just pretty average, basically. But, you know, that's all I needed them to do. As a Dwarven player, just hold the line, basically.
Yeah, just hold the line and let the more elite stuff, the Cav and the Bright Wizards, do all the damage there. So that was a really fun battle. And, like, this is what Call of Warhammer is all about. Pretty much Call of Warhammer in a nutshell. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. And we will both be bringing you much more content on this mod soon.
Yeah, for sure. See you guys next time.
See you guys.